Okay, I think we're live. Sorry, you guys, we have been having some technical issues, but we are live, and I'm excited about that. We were on, and I've lost Miss Sophia Stewart, but we're going to get it together. We are going to get it together. Bear with us. Please bear with us. We're getting there. Letting her know that I'm live. Let me see. Well, I hope y'all can see all this. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna have to go out and go back in and help her find me so we can go live. Hello, you guys. We're having technical issues right now. We're trying to get Miss Sophia Stewart in. Only see 2 live shows. Okay, hold on. We're communicating, y'all. Just give me 1 second. Hear me? Hi, everybody. We are waiting on our special guest, an amazing guest, an exclusive here for Black Link Magazine. I'm excited about that. So if you guys can bear with us, she should be coming in any moment. We're talking via text, trying to get her here. So we'll get it together. We're gonna get it together. Let me see. Oh my goodness. It's saying that she's saying she can't see me, but we're friends. Okay, who's on here who can help me get her in? Do I put in the comments and say like at her, her Instagram so that she can see me? Because we're friends. We're following each other, but I can't get her. She's saying she can't see me. So what should I do? Please help. Yes. How about I bring you in to tell me what to do, and then you can go back out? Or how can you help me? What can we do? What do we do? She may need to request to join, but she's saying she don't even see me. Tell her to scroll. So in the hourglass, she put Black Link Magazine.
Okay, hey,
Hi.
hi. This is what she hi. This is what she should do. There's if she clicks on your name, there's a little arrow that points below. Hit that, and then it's gonna say request to join, and then she should join.
Okay, so if she goes to the hourglass and put Black Link Magazine.
Hourglass? No. Tell her to go to IG and go to and hit on. She's probably looking for where your live is.
Yes,
And
that's
tell
what
her that the live is at the top. She knows
okay.
that.
But Okay, searching and nothing. Okay, instead of that, what does she need to do?
If she can see the live, she needs to click on your name. She can't see that. Well, then that means she's not on.
She's saying she can see two other lives, but I'm not one of them.
But she's not on the right live.
Yeah, let me call her. I'm
Okay.
gonna have to help her out. So
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. We found it. There she is. Okay, I found you. I found you. I found you. You in? There she is. So where you are is kind of bad connection. It's like you're in the matrix, like you're not. It's like you're cutting out.
I'm doing.
Yeah, and you're cutting out. You're cutting in and out your voice. Hello, everyone. We're getting it together. Just technical issues, but
Can you hear me?
can you see me?
I can see you excellent. I can hear you excellent.
Okay.
But you're not hearing me or seeing me. I don't know
Now
why.
now I see you and I'm hearing you good now. Whatever happened. Uh-oh. Did she freeze?
No. Am I okay?
Yeah, now I can hear you. I hear you and I see you. Welcome. Welcome.
All right.
We got it
Yeah.
together. Thank you, everybody, for being patient with us. We want to welcome with a bunch of hearts Sophia Stewart, who is the mother of the Matrix and the Terminator. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is
Yeah. How you doing? I'm going to say I'm the creator and owner of the Matrix and Terminator, which I am.
yeah.
You know.
So let me correct that as well, because today I didn't have that there. But Sophia Stewart is the owner, the creator of the Matrix and the Terminator. And we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about all of it. Thank you for taking the time out to sit with Black Link Magazine. We're just excited to have you. And we have a lot of people in the room. They're very curious and anxious to hear your story. I just want to, what I really was intrigued by, and I'm going to read this really quick before we get into the interview, is that this little part says that Mother of Matrix, as she is affectionately known, wrote her epic, The Third Eye, while she was studying cinema at University of Southern California. This ingenious work, copyrighted since 1981, is the foundation and contains the core elements of the blockbuster film, The Terminator and The Matrix. Welcome again, Sophia Stewart. Tell these people who you are and what you've been doing.
Yeah, hi everyone. I've been doing a lot of interviews since COVID. We've been locked down for almost 2 years. So I have been doing a lot of interviews. I don't even know what's going on with the screen, why it keeps turning like that. But I've been doing a lot of interviews and getting ready for the Matrix 4 animation. Been preparing that because I think it's the thing to do because of COVID. Tom Cruise had to shut down. He was losing $600,000 a day when someone tested positive.
Yeah.
So yes.
So you're saying you guys are prepping to get back into that, to get it started?
Yeah, but we're gonna do animation because Spider-Man, the last one animated Spider-Man, won an Oscar. I don't know why the screen keeps going in and out.
Yeah, I'm not sure on here. We're good at this end. We see you really good on here. We see you fine. The only thing that we're having trouble is with a little bit is that you're coming out a little bit, but we see you perfectly.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what's going on because it's that I have an Apple iPhone, so
Yeah,
Apple
me
is
too.
top of the line. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
And Larry says to tell you hello.
Oh yeah. Well, tell him I said hello.
Yeah, he can hear you.
You know.
So
yeah. Thanks.
Other people as well. Let's get into the interview. You guys, I don't want to call you Miss Sophia, so I'm just gotta remember.
No, don't call me no Miss. Call that for Oprah. Oprah is a single woman. She's never been married before. She's Miss Oprah. No children. No, Sophia Stewart has been married, divorced, never will be a single woman. So, no, that would not be right. My name is Sophia Stewart. I'm from New York City, and Sophia is my name. Yeah, so call me that, okay. Sophia.
Out of respect, we just have that on there, but I'm going to remember this entire interview that it's Sophia. So anyway, Sophia, go ahead and tell us, let's go way back where you began writing and you were writing poems and you're an author. Tell them about your earlier life before The Third Eye.
Well, I was at USC with Marcus Allen, Ronnie Lott. Charles White was on his way out. He's graduating. And so that's Matrix and Terminator film franchises because they're derivatives derived from my copyrighted source. At the time, I was engaged to marry Muhammad Ali, and Muhammad Ali inspired the Neo character. That's because he was a living Black superhero. And the Matrix and Terminator End Time, Revelations, Terminator is the prequels or the beginning of the epic story. And Neo, JC, John Connors, Jesus Christ grows up to be Neo, one and the same, and the Matrix. And this Neo character, like I said, was inspired by Muhammad. And they were talking about me in the Los Angeles Sentinel. I already got a degree in journalism, a double major in law and psychology. So I was looking to create, and I was talked about in the Los Angeles Sentinel. People can go into the archives. They had already written about me that I was coming out with the first Black science fiction with leadership role, which my work won 4 Oscars. So that's dedication to Muhammad Ali is in the beginning of the Third Eye Matrix and Terminator book.
Right. So we understand, and you just tell me what, if there's something that you don't want to answer, but we understand that you had complications of with, the people, when you can tell them who, like, owning this as their own, as though, kind of booting you out of this and saying, and going.
No. They never booted me out.
So
No. That's all internet garbage.
okay, let's hear your
They were
side.
trying to buy Warner Brothers was trying to buy my copyrights for $5 to $7 million, copyrights that are worth billions of dollars. That's what they were trying to do, but they never booted me out because I own the Matrix and Terminator movie franchises, because I own the copyrights, and I own the copyrights to the derivative movies. They're nothing but secondary. They're not primary. The source work is the primary work, and anything that comes from the source is secondary, which is the derivatives. But it's I'm the only person that can own the copyrights to the film. So they never owned anything. That's the illusion that they created for you guys. You guys thought something was going on that wasn't going on.
Right.
And
so can you kind of elaborate more on that? Because you're right, we can go on social media, and the things that we read on social media is totally different from what the information that comes directly from you. How is it that you ended up in court with the court proceedings? And tell us about that whole situation. I'll just be quiet and let.
Well, this was easy. I went to the FBI because my rights to due process of the law was violated. Were violated by the FBI and the law enforcement, because they didn't protect my rights to due process of the law. And this is what you guys need to understand. This is very important. If they don't protect one copyright, then your copyrights have no protection either. And so I don't know why you guys think that this is a personal fight of my own, but this actually affects the money. Counterfeiting affects everybody's money in America, including the FBI. So when I file a lawsuit is for damages, not for ownership. Copyrights are for ownership, just like a title to a car is the ownership, or a deed to a house, that's the ownership, or a receipt to a television product, that's the ownership. So the ownership is never in question. The problem is the damages, which are restitution, and counterfeiting. Because every time you make a copy of a Nike, every time you make a copy of a Samsung or a Versace, you are counterfeiting. And that means that everyone is affected by that counterfeiting. That means it lowers everybody's money. So when I went to court, I filed a RICO case to put them in jail to stop them from counterfeiting, because the government failed to do the job. Because of what I did, all of this was brought to you guys' attention. It would have never been brought to your attention because some people codes after it had been validated as a theft. After it's been validated as a theft case. So you guys need to understand this case affects everybody in America. It means that none of your copyrights are safe and none of your copyrights are worth anything until they bring these people to justice for counterfeiting. Now, that's what the issue is. Now, you didn't read a lot of troll reports. You done read a lot of lies and ignorance all over the internet to confuse and to from the real issue. The real issue is they can continue to steal from you guys and get away with it because this has not been addressed properly. And it has a lot to do with the Ku Klux Klansmen, because there was a Klans judge on my case that I got recused off. There was a cheap prostitute And these are federal judges and magistrate judges and the federal courts.
Right.
But this is the issue. This is it is not an infringement case. I had no contract with anyone. There was no dispute of a contract. There was no dispute in money. They counterfeited copyrighted work. It's just like I go out and I start selling Apple. Once I go out and start making products from Apple, it is counterfeiting. So how can you guys be confused about that? Because I'm the only one that has trademarks and copyrights to the Matrix and Terminator movie franchises. And the first Matrix is Black science fiction with Black leadership role that won 4 Oscars that you guys never even hear about. Right. Now, if somebody white owned it, you would have known it won 4 Oscars. If somebody white owned it, they would have said that in the media, but they have never claimed they own the Matrix and Terminator. They have never spoken on it because it's a deposition.
Right, right.
A deposition can be used 10, 15 years later to prosecute you. It can come back and bite you in the butt. So come on now. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out what happened here. When I saw my work on the screen, March the 31st, 1999, the national release of The Matrix. Didn't know about the Terminator till the FBI told me later on that year after The Matrix. When I contacted Warner Brothers legal department, I'm a paralegal, worked for a Beverly Hills law firm that has 50 attorneys. So I know criminal law, I know copyright laws, trademark law, patent laws, the whole 9 yards. Right. But I work for myself. I can go take the bar tomorrow and get the license if I want to work for others. And I won the case pro se, like the David and Goliath story. So now you need to ask yourself, I've done over 4,000 meetings and magazines, Wall Street Journal in 2009. How can you miss this? Rolling Stone, ABC, Essence, Vibe, Source, way back in 2005. So what's going on here?
Wow. Who's
being fooled? The common people. The common people are being fooled, not me. And the fact that you don't even know that I won the case 7 years ago, 2014, in a federal court that was validated by 4 media outlets, 4 to 5 FBI agents and marshals with guns on, 35 spectators, 3 court reporters, 1 court clerk, 3 court clerks and 1 court reporters, and 3 expert witness CPAs that validated that I was owed $3.5 billion or $4.7 billion to be exact. And I got those liens, and I own these people's properties,
right,
which I can liquidate tomorrow.
Right.
So now, how come you guys don't know that? Because I have the documents that anybody can go to the courts and pull up, or I can give them the documents and they can go to the courts and validate that. So how come you guys do not know this? How can you be in America and not know that I won the case 7 years ago, and I've been selling Matrix and Terminator forever? So if I'm selling somebody else's copyrights, I would be in jail for counterfeiting.
Right.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out.
That's right.
The last time I looked, my skin was not the same skin color.
That's right. Can I ask you, so you talked about the RICO, and there's a reason why you brought a RICO charge. Explain to those that don't know what the RICO stands for, because a lot of them say it's only for those gangsters that bring in a lot of drugs, and that's why they only bring the RICO charge on those type of people. Can you explain the RICO Act?
Well, the RICO Act is racketeering corrupt organizations. It means that anybody can racketeer. Bernie Madoff was racketeering. For 20 to 30 years, he was stealing from the super rich, millions and billions of dollars, and he went to prison for that. He got 150 years. Al Capone from Chicago, racketeering. And they couldn't get him on the killing and racketeering, but they did get him on tax evasion. He went in for a number of years, came out, and died from syphilis. John Gotti, white collar criminals. He went in, they got him for racketeering. He died in prison of cancer. Whitey Bulger, who had a brother who was a senator and another a friend that was a FBI director. He was paying them off to commit the most atrocious of criminal cases and stuff, and atrocities to people. Anyway, they made his brother step down as a senator. They put his director friend, FBI director friend that he grew up with, in prison for some crime, and they were able to get him. But he ran on the lam for 20 or 30 years. He and his girlfriend caught him in Santa Monica, brought him to prison. He snitched in there supposedly or allegedly, and someone killed him in the prison cell. So this racketeering and the Untouchables with Al Capone has been going on television for a long time. Kevin Costner played an updated version of the Untouchables. Mm-hmm. So you guys are familiar with white collar crime. Y'all are familiar with RICO. And anybody that commits any crimes or criminal act against the public, that's what racketeering is. And these people, counterfeiting, has committed really horrible crimes against you guys, and y'all are in ignorance of it. Yet you come on 4,000 media interviews. I've been interviewing since ABC broke my story, October the 17th, 2003. Yet for 4,000 media interviews, y'all are asking the same questions. How do I protect my copyrights? Well, guess what? Wake up. Unplug from the Matrix. Mm-hmm. Because you're not protected, because until my copyrights, which are 81, 83, and 84, and Terminator didn't come out to October the 26th, 1984, Matrix didn't come out to March the 31st, 1999. If they counterfeited superly after my copyrights, what does that tell you? They've been counterfeiting since 1984 and since 1999 for the Matrix. Mm-hmm. So how can you miss that?
Right. So
how can any of you miss that? That doesn't make any sense.
Right. So I wanted to make it clear on here. I'm seeing some comments. The reason that I had you here, we talked about, I wanted you to come and just tell your story. And for those that didn't know, who was behind the Matrix, like some people really don't know this and they're just now learning this. And so I'm giving you the opportunity to speak. There are some questions in the chat that if you want to answer these, I will give them to you.
Oh, I would love to answer the questions because I want to know the answer myself. Well, how can people be that foolish?
Yes.
Why you can be in America and be dummied down? How can you be so smart and so intelligent and dumb at the same time? Could you please explain that to me?
Yeah.
Because how am I getting away with selling Matrix and Terminator around the world? And they know it because they're buying it. Yeah, mm-hmm. So go ahead and let me hear the questions.
Yeah, so one of the questions were, I think this was just a statement about how the Matrix didn't really do well that wasn't under you, how they kind of just was creating the movies and it really didn't do well. Can you give us some background about how?
What do you mean the Matrix didn't do well? The Matrix and Terminator made $35 billion.
That's what.
So wait a minute, where are they? What part of the country do they live in?
So here's what we...
To say that the Matrix, it didn't do well, are they kidding me?
I think they're talking about the movies that were after you. But what I'm going to do...
The movies cannot be after me. The movies are nothing but a film. Yeah. They can't come after me because I'm not a camera person and a director to go film my own source work. That doesn't make any sense. They didn't tell J.R. Tolkien that. Lords of the Ring. They didn't tell John Grisham the Firm or John Grisham the Pelican Brief. Come on, ignorant people. The word ignorant has the word ignore in it because you're ignoring facts you should know. You should know that writers don't go and film their own films. That doesn't make any sense at all unless you're doing a Ma and Pa Kettle.
So what I'm going to...
Are you kidding me?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask everybody that has a question, because they're going so fast we can't see them, to put it in the chat I'll go into the chat and ask the questions, and maybe I can ask them the right way, and maybe we can allow people to join. Not a lot of people, but some people to understand. They are saying they understand your frustration. They love you. Everybody.
Oh, no, I'm not frustrated at all, sweetie. I won. You're frustrated with ignorance because you don't know I won. I'm sorry for you, but you should have been reading the archives where the real news is instead of the internet, which is nothing but a distribution platform. Wake up, because I'm sorry, the internet is not it, Miss Thing.
And here's
Go to the archives and read the real news and wake up from the lies.
Here's the next question. Do you believe the Messiah walks among us? And if so, how would you like to see justice served?
Justice have been served. You just don't know about it yet. And the Messiah don't have anything to do with it. It has everything with you going and walking to that archive and reading the real news, because they said that Black people and people of color do not read. I guess they're right, because you should have read about it instead of talking about the Messiah. The Messiah is not going to help you unless you help yourself. So help yourself right now and go walk to the archives and go to the library, pull up the news archives and read. That'll help you a lot. Might even answer some of your questions.
The next one is, do you plan to make a movie of your own life, your personal life and everything that you've gone through?
A lot of people, I've not gone through a lot. I have been trying to help these people who don't read. I didn't go through anything. I stood up so others will not go through the same thing, and to teach them how to protect themselves and go in and take care of business like me. That was the thing. I was an example of how you can be successful and how you can beat these thieves that are worth billions and millions of dollars, so they won't abuse you. You can't be a success and be abused at the same time. That doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. In order to change things, you have to be a success, and you have to be a hero with that success. So you guys need to wake up and stop speaking this ignorance to me and go and read, and then come back and ask the right questions.
The next question is, Sophia, where do you see the future going with AI?
The same way you see it right now, you being in jail in some virtual penal system. That's where I see. You being harvested by the machines. That's what I see. If you continue your ignorance and do not read, then you're going to find yourself in the Matrix, being harvested by the Matrix and never coming out, liquidated by the Matrix and those who control the Matrix. You need to unplug. All of my efforts were to unplug you so you would not be liquidated and harvested by the Matrix. The Oracle.
Thank you. The next question is, what happens after the Matrix is decoded?
Is that going to do you any good? After the Matrix is decoded, is that going to do you any good? If you can't decode the Matrix yourself right now, what good is it for the Matrix to be decoded if you can't decode the Matrix right now? How's that going to help you?
Okay. The next question, any advice for the future with the way the world is going outside of reading, if already read a lot? Did you get that?
What happens outside with the world once you
says,
say that again? That's very confusing.
She says, the question is, any advice for the future with the way that the world is going outside of reading? Like if you've already read a lot, what is your advice for the future? Or what do you think?
You need to read the right things, because anybody can read a lot and read the wrong things. You need to read what's going to help you to survive the Matrix and to help understand what happens after it's been decoded. What good is it going to do to read books of poetry and read books of languages or books on music if you don't know what's going on in the news? Mm-hmm. And how best you can protect yourself against what's going on right now with COVID-19. What good is it going to do you if you're not here and not around?
The next question, Sophia, what is your resources to get paid?
To unplug you from the Matrix is my resources. How's that? Somebody needs to unplug you, and that was my job, and that's the job I volunteered to do. I hope I'm doing a good job because I'm telling you the truth. That should help you a lot.
Okay. This is just a statement. It says the media blinds us to see what they want us to see. So basically, they put all that information out there. We read it and we take it in, and we're like, "Oh, that's Bible. That's the truth." And so she was just making a statement that that's the way they have media set up. But the next question is,
No, I got to answer that,
okay,
sweetie.
okay.
What all you just said was the Matrix, sweetie. Facebook blocks you. That's right. It blocks you. Twitter bans you. YouTube deletes you. The government censors the truth, and the media never mentions it. So come on now, wake up. Wake up now. What you just said is nothing but a program, okay? Let's talk real. You know Facebook blocks the truth. You know Twitter bans it. You know YouTube deletes it. And you know the government censors the truth, and that the media never, ever, ever mentions the truth. That's why you're right now listening to me, because you didn't go to the archives to read about it.
Excuse me. Here's the next question. It says, have you made money off the theft of your copyright, and will you force them to liquidate the franchise?
Have I made money off of my copyrights? What was the whole point of getting copyrights if I wasn't going to make any money off of them? Because if you don't plan to make any money, you don't need any copyrights. I'm sorry, but that's funny as hell. And am I going to liquidate the franchise? Why the hell would I do that? Will Nike get liquidated? Will Apple get liquidated? Will Amazon get liquidated? I don't think so. Will Netflix get liquidated? I think you can answer your own question. That is a program, okay? Can you speak a little bit clearer? Because that's funny. Go ask Bill Gates if he's going to liquidate Microsoft. Now, you guys are making me laugh. I mean, this is better than Saturday Night Live. You can do better than that. You can ask better questions than that if you're real.
Here's the next question that's in the chat. What were some of your childhood influences that guided you to write The Matrix?
I just said Muhammad Ali. And don't tell me the whole world has no idea who Muhammad Ali is and his contribution to the Black and global, the contribution he made globally to people all over the world. Come on now. I just said that in the beginning, less than 30 minutes ago, and you already have amnesia.
But I think, Sophie, to their,
It's Sophia. My name is not English. It is not an English name. It's Greek. Okay. It's in the Bible. It means wisdom, and it's Sophia. Okay. It's so funny because the white woman whose name is Sophia Loren can get a pronunciation, but I'm like Roger Dangerfield. I don't get no respect. My name get changed to something else, but it's never Sophia. It's Miss, is some other name, is Sylvia, is all kinds of names, except for Sophia. The most easiest name in the world.
Well, I'm going to remember that because I don't want you to let me have it. I'm going to remember.
If somebody called you Deborah instead of calling you your name, I think you would say the same thing I'm saying now. My name is not Deborah. My name is Marva. Please call me that. I would appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am, I would. So the next question.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
That's right. That's right, sister. Sophia, Sophia, is the devil running out of time? That's the next question.
Well, he's definitely not running out of people like yourself to harvest. Let's put it like that. He's not running out of people such as yourself. He's still got a lot of people that he is going to harvest. So no, you're running out of time if
Wow.
you let him catch you
The next,
in the matrix.
wow.
If you get caught up in the matrix, you're going to be the one running out of time.
Wow. The next question is, what is your take on the COVID vaccines and the vaccinations?
It's just like anything else. It's there created to make money. If it can't make any money, it doesn't make any sense. If tomorrow it doesn't make any more money, it'll go away just like everything else that doesn't make any money. Remember that. It's making money. And when it goes bye-bye, that means that it can no longer make any money. That means that after they keep genetically engineering so many of them, and then they find out that you can no longer, the vaccine doesn't work, a vaccination doesn't work. When you come to that conclusion, it'll all go away. Because what good is it to take a shot, a vaccine, a vaccination, and you wake up tomorrow and there's 10 other more viruses, and it didn't do you any good to take the vaccine or the shot? You're still stuck. I'm sorry for laughing, but it's funny as hell to me. What do you do when you get another 10 more genetically engineered viruses and everybody in America has taken the shot in the vaccine, in the vaccination, and it still keep coming? What do you do then? That's the question you need to ask yourself. What the hell are we going to do next? It's just funnier than Saturday Night Live. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing.
It's okay.
It's not funny.
It's okay.
But the questions are funny as hell, because you need to ask yourself, because anybody can genetically engineer a virus in the laboratory. So where are you going to go when the mask does you no good, the vaccination does you no good, the shot does you no good? What the hell are you going to do next? Well, I want to know, okay?
All righty. So the next question is is iRobot a prequel of the prequel to the Matrix?
iRobot is just somebody's effort to try to give you some more metal robots that H.G. Wells gave you. Once the Terminator came in, me being born in the digital age, a computer, a machine wrapped in flesh, killed but cannot be killed, because I'm born in the era where right now people could be machines, people can be clones, drones, they can be artificial inseminated, they can be gender bended, gender manipulated, lab rats, hybrids. These are the new machines. Now, during H.G. Wells, coming from the 30s and the 40s, he saw old metal robots clinkety clink. And iRobot, that's all they are. Old metal clankety clank that anybody can program, and you can also destroy. You can take you a boulder and go destroy them. You can go and get you a tractor and run right over them, okay? And they won't get back up, all right? Does that help you?
Yeah.
Now, the machines you need to know are the ones that I'm talking about in the Terminator and the Matrix that look just like you, but you don't know who they are. How's that? Does that help you right there a lot?
In addition to that question, they just said they turned John Connor into a black man. Will Smith, who was supposed to be Neo in the first place. That was just in addition to that question.
Well, the reason why they wanted Will Smith to play Neo and his wife got to play in it, Jada Pinkett, which he's regretted, because he turned down the Matrix because he didn't understand Andy Larry Wachowski. Andy Larry Wachowski didn't write the Matrix or the Terminator or James Cameron or Gail Ann Hurd, so they couldn't even explain the work. So when they were trying to explain the work to Will Smith, because Will played Muhammad Ali in the movie Ali that Spike Lee did. And so they knew that Will would be the perfect Neo. And of course, he couldn't understand what they were saying. Go to YouTube and we'll explain it to you himself. But that's why Keanu Reeves, who was the right man that got the job because his father is Asian Polynesian, it's about DNA. It is not about your skin covering, because there are a lot of white people that are really black people. And there's a lot of black people that are really white. It's DNA. It has nothing to do with your skin cover. There are a lot of people passing for white that are not white here. And there's a lot of whites that have darker skin, but DNA shows that they're white and they're children.
Wow.
So you need to wake up to that. Go to YouTube, pull that up, Google that. Go to Sepia, Sepia. It was before Ebony and it was before Jet Magazine. And look at how many white-skinned people in America that have been passing for white. That's your problem. They have genocided themselves, sterilized themselves, just to keep this fact from you so they can keep white privilege going. But wake up, America, because 3/4 of the people here, and a lot of them passing, are not white. Wake up, unplug from the Matrix.
Wow.
That's where you're getting the hate from.
Great question.
Because whites who are white, they don't need the hate. They really are white. But the ones who want that white privilege are the haters. If you think I'm joking, start noticing white-skinned people who are really black, but they have a little white privilege, and that's what they get. Those are the haters. Watch how they act and how they treat you. When you go into any business, when you go dealing with them, watch, not the whites, because they're white. They don't have no need to be upset. It is those who want that white privilege that has the problem with other black people, such as themselves. And the only difference they have is that white skin covering, which doesn't do anything but just cover you. It doesn't write. It doesn't determine who you are. No, your DNA determines. But watch the behavior with white privilege, because that's what's going on and why you have so much hate in America. Black people passing for white, are used to the white privileges and keep wanting it and hating on others and want to feel superior, when deep in their hearts, they know they're black people also. Sorry, but I'm going to unplug you from the Matrix.
Wow. The next question is, does it ever make you scared that we're so close to the world you predicted as far as the technology?
I am 100% on point. What I'm talking about in the Matrix is Terminator is 100 years ahead. And you're living in the Matrix right now. All they need to do is read the books where the movies come from. I've written several books on the Matrix and Terminator. Get the books and read them. You didn't have no problems with J.R. Tolkien's Lords of the Ring and The Hobbit, the Gravity book, the Gravity movie, the Maze book, the Maze movie. Are you kidding me? John Grisham, The Firm, John Grisham, The Pelican Brief, Alan Moore's V for Vendetta, David Mitchell's Cloud Atlas, the Asian writer from the 60s, Speed Racer, Wake Up. All of these are the different authors who've written this work. And you don't say this ignorant stuff to these people, so please spare me the ignorance.
Thank you.
Because all I did was try to help you and unplug you.
Thank you.
From the programs and the spells.
Thank you for answering that. You guys, thanks for putting the questions in the chat. I have another question. Any more scripts you have written we should know about?
I just told people just a couple of minutes ago, which they're not listening, there are several books on the Matrix and Terminator, and you need to get it. And especially the 4th installment that's been out since 2010, read around the world, 2 to 3 billion fans globally. All the people in the foreign country knows more than the people in America. Why are the Americans dummied down? Why are they being harvested? Because God says, my people perish because of a lack of knowledge. You're dying here in America. And the Ku Klux Klans who have infiltrated the blue uniforms of the cops, the black robes of the judges, and the Brook Brothers suits of the politicians are killing you, and you still don't get it. You're dying because you don't want to see the truth. You're in denial And that's what keeps you plugged into the matrix, where you can either take the red pill or the blue pill and see how deep the rabbit hole goes, or you can go to sleep and keep being harvested and killed. That's your choice, called free will. And welcome to the real world.
Okay. Talk about the spiritual aspect of technology and the connection to nature and the divine.
The spiritual world is real, but they don't want you to know that. The people who have the machines running to harvest you don't want you to know that spirit is real and that God is real, and that when you call upon God, something is going to be done. They don't want you to believe in that. They want you to believe in technology, but it works like this. Technology is just like a gun. It's an example. That gun is not going to get up and start talking and shooting and taking care of you or anything. It's called free will. You can pick up that gun and go hunting and feed your family, or you can pick up that same gun and go harm others and kill. But that's how it works in this world. You can utilize the knowledge and be successful here, or you can not use the knowledge at all and actually end up being negative or destroyed here. Use your free will wisely, because no one can take it from you, but they can deceive you out of it. They can buy it from you. They can put spells on you. They can lie to you for it. All kinds of stuff. But guess what? They can't take it from you. So good luck. Use that free will. I'm not like Kanye West song says, I'm not here to turn atheists into believers. I'm not trying to form a cult to take you any place, and not trying to get you to follow me. All I'm simply trying to do is get you to wake up to the truth and stop being in ignorance, and stop telling and asking me ignorant questions, and ask something that's productive, that's going to elevate your life while you're here.
Okay. The next question, would you ever consider doing a series? Now, some people are just coming in, Sophia. So if you're getting the same questions and you don't want to answer, that's okay. We can move on.
No, I'm not. I can see their answer. No, I'm not trying to sell any books. You're going to buy the book, like Tupac says, love me or hate me. You're still going to buy the Matrix and Terminator, because you need it to unplug. You need it to elevate. So no, I don't have to sell my books or anything to you. Didn't even have to sell you the movies. It was something you needed to grow, and you still need. Just like you need water. Nobody's trying to sell you any water. You need water in order to live.
Well,
that's the way knowledge is. You need knowledge to live.
Yeah. The next question is, what's with Lana Wachowski claims of the transgendered algorithm in Matrix 4?
There is no Lana Wachowski. Larry Wachowski never had any sex changes. He never had no legal name change through the courts. He can't even get a legal name. And he never had no doctor to cut off his penis, and there are no medical records. I requested that when I took them to court 3 times, and their lawyers could not provide it, because Andy Wachowski has been with his wife for 20-some years. And Larry Wachowski got a divorce in 93, but he's with a woman, a dominatrix. They are not homosexuals. They are not transgenders, transsexuals, or whatever. They are not part of the LGBT organization. They're not part of that organization. They are lying to you guys. And when you find out that they've lied to you guys for years, y'all are going to destroy them. Because that's what happens when you've been fooled, and then you come unplug and the truth is revealed. You're going to want to hurt somebody, and it's going to be them, because they have lied to you. And you need to ask them for that information instead of accepting their lies and questioning me about the truth. That is so sad. Really sad.
Thank you. The next question is, which character are you in the Matrix?
Oh, you know I'm the Oracle. Get out of here. That's where the Oracle come from. I created those characters just like Alfred Hitchcock put himself in his work. Me, Stan Lee, Spike Lee, and Stephen King put ourselves in our work, and we got it from the late Alfred Hitchcock. That's where we got it. The Oracle is me. I put myself in my own work, And I'm answering you oracle style right now. I'm giving you truth. Whether you can deal with it or not, somebody needs to tell you the truth. It's the only thing that's going to free you from denial.
Okay, thank you. And this next question is in the chat that says, can you talk about this laser printing of DNA they are now doing in California and Massachusetts? Maybe you've talked about that, but they've asked that question.
Well, they need to get the book and read the book and get the details on all of that. All of that is in the 4th installment. It's called Evolution, and it tells you how the machines have evolved to the next phases that you're going to go through. So get the book and read it. Read for a change. I'm not going to tell you that. That's taking too much from the plot of the 4th installment. Get the book and read.
The next question, maybe just a statement here. Slavery for us was a purifier. Scripture is currently being written by the Messiah himself. Do you believe that?
Repeat that question again.
It's actually a statement saying slavery for us was a purifier. Scripture is currently being written by the Messiah himself. I'm asking, do you concur with that, or do you believe that?
Well, whoever wrote that statement, you need to be purified some more. So I would love to see you being enslaved right now again to see how pure you get. Because that's funny, okay? That's another Saturday Night Live joke, okay? Because I'm sorry, but I've heard of fire purifying bacteria and purifying things, but I've never heard of being enslaved making you pure. For all the people that got sex trafficking out there, and the people got kidnapped, I don't think that it made them pure, okay? And anything about the Messiah has nothing to do with slavery because it goes against the truth in the Messiah, okay? So those are two questions that don't even go together. So this is what I'm talking about. Some of you are just trying to hear yourself speak, but you need to record yourself and play it back and listen to what you're saying before you even speak, because you might begin to realize that, hey, that sounds corny as hell, or why did I say that? It doesn't make any sense.
Thank you, guys.
Two different things.
You guys, we do appreciate you being here. We're going to take a few more questions. It's been just about an hour, but we're going to continue to go for a little bit because we have a couple more questions. The next one is, do you think fasting, prayer, and meditation will break us out?
You don't have, well, fasting did work for Gandhi. It did work for Nelson Mandela. It did work for Geronimo Pratt. So if you are in prison or you enslaved some kind of way, prayers will help you, and fasting will, that will help you. That is number one.
Okay. In the Black living today, who's the one and who are leaders you respect today?
The only leader I respect is God. That's who I respect. Man is only attributed respect to what he has accomplished and what he has done to set free others and to heal and help uplift others. Those people I have great respect for and great love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But God is my everything, and I give him the glory and I acknowledge him wholeheartedly.
Thank you so much. The next question, it says, where can we, that's a good question. Where can we purchase your books?
The books at matrixterminator.com, truthaboutmatrix.com are the websites. And the people in the foreign countries, you can go to amazon.com, or you can go for on demand at Walmart, Barnes & Noble, Nook Press on the internet, and ask on demand, and you will receive the books.
Okay.
So
good to know.
There's no need to not receive them.
Okay. I hope I say this right. I might just spell it out, but it says, Sophia, are you aware of the Anunnaki. Anunnaki.
Oh, the Anunnakis.
Anunnaki.
They're talking about the Anunnakis. Yes, I'm aware of the Anunnakis. I talked to Zachariah Stitchin, the late Zachariah Stitchin, before he passed away. He told his grandson, Chris, that once his book is adapted into a movie, he wanted me to do the book because he was a big Matrix fan. And I talked to him several times during the time he was alive. Yeah, thank you for bringing the Anunnakis up. Very, very important.
That was something good. All right, I have another question. Lou Gossett's son, Sati,
Sati. Sati, I want to shout out to hi, Sati, and hi, Killer Priest. How you doing? I want to shout out to some of my friends. How you guys doing?
Yeah. A lot of people here in the chat, it's been going really fast, but I've seen a lot of respect for you. And they love how you're straightforward and you're honest. And, I think we have to live by being honest. And you are an example of being honest and straightforward. And so they're appreciating your time here. We do thank you for that. If you don't mind, if you don't have to go, maybe we take a couple of more questions and allow 1 or 2 people in to talk to you if you're okay with that.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I am totally fine. And I do plan on talking to Billy Carson because someone asked that question. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will be talking to him, you guys. Right after this interview, I will be interviewing with him.
Oh, yay. So you guys, if you have other questions or if there's somebody that wants to come in, we'll take 1 or 2 people in to ask her questions for yourself. We'll do that. But right now the next question is gonna be, are you aware of, she just said it again, of Billy Carson's research, Forbidden Knowledge?
I'm going to be doing Billy Carson, a shout out to him and all of his supporters out there. I'm going to be doing him next. So you need to dig it up or look for it because I'm getting ready to do a Zoom interview with him right after this interview, back to back. Okay?
Get it, girl.
So you're going to get more Matrix. Look for it.
What do you think about the star seeds?
Well, I'm talking about in the Matrix 4, the 4th installment, I'm talking about the indigo kids and the crystals, which are the young adults. And these are the star seeds because these children are phenomenal. They're just like Neo, but they're all part of the collective consciousness as one. Because Neo is an anagram for one, O-N-E. We're all one in this together.
Mm. Another question in the chat is how come you weren't compensated for the Matrix?
I'm going to let you find that out through the news because I never said I wasn't, and you need to stop reading the internet. The internet is not the news. People, please, I beg you, go to the archives and read the real news. The internet is nothing but a communication platform, a distribution platform, so you can make money off of it. You can't make money off of gossip. You can only make money off of selling real products and opening up a business and using this platform commercially for what it was created for. Now that the government has given it to you, make money and stop gossiping. You can't make any money gossiping. Open up some businesses and sell the products.
Wow.
And go to the real news, to the archives and get the real news. Don't tell me a program from the internet, okay? That's funny.
Wow. So then the next question is, what does Sophia think about Jesus Christ and his part in the Matrix?
Obviously, you thought a lot about Jesus Christ, John Connors, JC. Jesus Christ, who grows up to be Neo, one in the Matrix. It touched you and it touched the whole world globally. So it must be some truth to it because it wouldn't have affected the world like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't talking about the devil. Okay.
All right. The next question is, how does ancestral work help with spiritual development?
Well, you can access your ancestors through DNA and gain the knowledge and utilize that knowledge to elevate. So carry on the work of the ancestors, carry on the message of goodness, if that's what you're getting it for, to elevate and create. So I would say continue to do that, especially if it's helping and healing and changing other people's lives.
Here's one I'm interested in your response on that's in the chat. What's your take on Ephesians 6:5-9 that tells slaves to obey their masters? Do you believe do you believe Bible
Hey,
being
I,
whitewashed?
I think a lot of you out there are just trolls to distract and to say a lot of stuff to keep people who have real questions and answers from operating and waking up others. So why don't you take those questions and go research it on Google? That's a Google question for you, okay? Take that question and go Google, okay? Google it.
The next question, what is outside of this matrix?
What's outside of this matrix? Well, you can either unplug to knowledge or you can die. So what else is left? You can unplug from the matrix or you can die. Which one are you talking about? Unplugging means waking up, and after you wake up, there's another place to go but dying. So which are you talking about?
The next question is, do you believe in the circle of life?
Life is the circle. That's what the atom is. The atom, the Adam, not the Adama, atom, but atom, the atom. But anyway, I'm going to have to go because Billy
Yes.
Carson is calling now,
Is he? Okay.
and they're ready for me.
Okay.
But thank you guys, and I'm coming back. Have me back
That's
because I would love to answer some more
I love
questions.
this. This is part one, you guys. We're gonna have her back for part two. Sophia Stewart, thank you for being here with Black Link Magazine. We have a ton of questions and we welcome you back. You and I will get together and we'll get that set up for part two.
That sounds great.
All
Thank
right.
you guys for having me.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. So you guys, you can just log on off. Yeah. Thank you guys for being here and for all of the questions. We're going to do a part two. I'm going to save this. The whole purpose of this, of having her here, was to allow her just to talk and get it out and to answer questions. So maybe I shouldn't put it as like a formal interview, but it was for her to come in and just kind of say what she wanted to say, get out what she wanted to say, and answer some of your questions. We will be doing a part two. Thank you all so much for visiting Black Link Magazine. We enjoyed this time and can't wait for part two. Y'all have a good day. See you later. Okay.